Hi everyone, this is Killshot 99 Gaming. This is The Walking Dead Season 10 and Season 11. A little bit of thoughts, a little bit of rant. We're going to get into some news that's out there and just want to get everybody together and talk a little bit because we've got a lot of good things going on. We got gaming, we got The Walking Dead, and we just want to be here for our entire audience. Hopefully you guys are having a safe and as eventful as possible last couple months. I know there's a lot of stuff going on, but we are certainly here to distract and to talk about some other things that are out there. I miss you guys. I love hanging out with you guys, and looking forward to our Walking Dead sessions, whether it's a spoiler or a bold prediction or something that we do, whether it's a recap. Recaps are some of my favorite, but glad to have each and every one of you here. Thanks to all the Patreons, all the PDL sponsors, a little bit of everything. So many new TV shows that are out there. So can I give a shout out to the Patreon Army up there on the screen and also our PDL sponsors. We got brand new stuff. And I do want to announce a new TV show we're going to be doing on Friday nights, which is going to be Friday Night In with the 3G. No, we're not doing that. I just want to put some cute kitten pictures up there of Gabe Grayson and also Gabby in the house as well. But no, we're not going to turn it into a Friday night. But you can't see Gabe over there. He is intently watching some television because that's what he does. He does whatever he wants. So no, I do want to thank all of you guys for being here, and that's our Fur Day nights. I love it, Ben. We even got our own. Well, you know, if the Morgans can do it, I thought, hey, why can't we do it? Why not? So, good stuff. I do want to talk about some of the news that's out there. I don't know if this is going to be a full-scale rant. So, you guys probably heard that it does look like the Walking Dead movie is not going to be in theaters now. So, I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Would you guys rather see it in the big screen and wait, or would you rather see it on like a, something that's like a stopgap entertainment where we can see it sooner rather than later, or maybe both? I mean, maybe we see it as a television show or series or Netflix, and then maybe later on, one of those kind of after the fact where they bring it back into the big screen. I mean, we could always go over to Will the Bill's house. We could just watch it on his big, 500-inch television down in his basement. So I think we'll do that. We can just social distance, and we'll all stay 6 feet apart, and we'll go watch it at Will's house. It's my suggestion. So, kind of that news that's out there. And the big news, I mean, for me, this is big news, is Gimple finally makes a statement on the future of The Walking Dead. Now, Angela Kang had said something, I don't know, well before the pandemic, but it was late last year when they were talking about The Walking Dead going on 15 to 20 seasons. And do you guys remember that George Flake had done a series of videos saying that there's going to be, it's all going to end at season 12, right? You guys remember the whole season 12? It was, we got this covered, reported it, and then George Flake reported it, and then everybody else reported it, and it was almost thought to be something serious. And then even Forbes printed it and said someone else, it was one person feeding off another source, and off another source. So my question is, who would you tend to believe a little bit more? The rumored gossiper, clickbait people out there, or the fact that Scott Gimple just said in an interview a few days ago that it is not in our plans to end The Walking Dead at season 12. So, I mean, can you be any more clear than that? Like, first of all, that's Scott Gimple. That is as close as he's going to get to saying, these people are freaking crazy and they're clickbait artists. Scott Gimple is not going to say, hey, we're going to season 15, we're going to season 20. Scott Gimple is going to give you a very deliberate, it's not in our plan to stop it at season 12. That means it's going longer than season 12. It means that all the other garbage that has been rumored is exactly that. It's just rumors, and it's a waste of time. So yes, that is a little bit of my rant today. We got June Smith in the house. What's up? What's up, Jay Smith? Yay, Walking Dead. Hey, Army Kills. Let's talk some Dead. So we're going to get some of the news that's covered out there. And here's what I would like. There needs to be, and it's high, and of all the things that we can do in the world, where we can have Yelp ratings, right? And we can have, I don't know, probably not many people using Yelp, but bear with me just for a second. So we can rate all of these things. Why can we not create an app or a network that monitors clickbait and media bias? And I'm not trying to stoke a fire or a political fire or anything along those lines. But I'm just saying, with all the bots and all the data and all that out there, why can't we have a rating system where you pull something up and it shows you like, okay, Ben Stevenson talks about 100 things and 75 of them are hamburgers. So why can we not have a data-driven scoring system that says, and even beyond that, you could say like, Ben he's critical of hamburgers. So I know that if I go to look at Ben Stevenson, I know what I'm going to get. And the reason I bring this up is because I think that it would streamline some of the bad press and some of the clickbait that's out there if you weren't always looking and say, well, maybe this time it's going to be something real. Maybe this time we got this covered really does have this covered. Not this covered, that covered, that covered, and that covered, and one of the four that they covered is going to be correct. So that's what I would like to see. I would like to see a scoring system where you kind of, you know what you get, and then you're not misled by it. Because there were no less than 20 different people that were really rallying around us. I mean, for a week straight, all that was popping up in my news feed about The Walking Dead was that a source that we will not name confirmed that The Walking Dead is going to end at season 12. We'll know who the person is. They don't know who the person is, but because they said it, everybody else said it, and now we've wasted. So Ben would score my hamburgers pretty high. I agree with you, Ben. So quick show of hands. How many people watched? I know you didn't watch it here, but it's okay. It's okay. You can tell me the truth. How many people either read an article or clicked on one of those videos that said The Walking Dead was going to end at season 12 because you thought that they might actually have some good intel? It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to try not to be disappointed, but I just want to see it. I love that. Clickopedia. Boom. You know what? You guys need to give the Tin Man like a... You guys need to give the Tin Man like a nice round of applause. Look at that. Clickopedia. We just invented something right here. We, Ben, don't run off in the woodwork. I love it, though. I love it. Okay, and thank you. I appreciate that, Lynn. Lynn's like, hey, I only watch Kills. I only watch 999 Gaming. But look, I get it. There was some curiosity. But see, Phyllis, that's my point. Phyllis never believed it And most of you didn't believe it. But why do we have to waste our time dealing with it and watching it? Why is that stuff just not filtered out as it's just the most ridiculously mundane thing you've ever seen? Let's get on to something that's going to be a little bit more, because there are some hardworking people out there that unfortunately get drowned out by that type of stuff. I'm going to be real for a second. I'm not just talking about me or our group, because we do well. We're good, right? We got a great following, we got a great network, we got great support, we got great sponsorship. But there are people out there that really work to get the news and to have discussions and entertain. And sadly, they get buried under people like you know who. Animal. You know what they say, curiosity. Oh, an animal. I don't even want to hear that reference. No. Nothing about cats. Ben, hey, it is we here. It is about the family. Now, truth be told, some of those people that are participating in those streams probably would not make it in our group anyway. We're pretty selective. And honestly, some of them are probably there because they got blocked here. So I'm not complaining about that following. What I'm complaining about is whether or not it's the first thing that pops up on your screens when we know it's complete and utter BS. So it's a mini rant. But let's just go on record with saying, as soon as that came out, we questioned it. So if I don't hear it from AMC, if I don't hear it from Scott Gimple, Angela Kang, Robert Kirkman, then if it's not in the plans, not in the plans. Fluff wants you want a Wikipedia for candles? Try it. Get all your candle data out there. So there are rumors and spoilers about people that don't make it through episode number 16. And I'm not here to talk spoilers, but, there's a couple that are obvious. Like, there's a couple that you knew were not going to make it. No, last time we talked, it was about Jerry and his beard. We're not... Maybe he shaved it. Maybe he shaved it because he heard a Machine Gun Kelly song, and he heard your beard is weird, and he was like, I'm getting rid of it. All right, no, it's not. I mean, it's obvious people that we probably pretty much knew were going to die, and so I don't think there's a major shock. Okay, I'm going to throw a name out there, and just let me know if this would shock you. You know that Alpha's dead. All right. If Beta were to die in episode 16, is there anybody here that would be shocked by that? Like, you just thought Beta was going to carry over next season and he was going to be like the lone man standing? In fact, if Beta lives, that would be a shock to me, right? These are not confirmed spoilers. I'm throwing names out there. I'm neither confirming nor denying. All right, we'll start with an obvious one. If Daryl were to die, it would be the most shocking thing in Walking Dead history, right? Everybody here, just play along. All right, if Daryl died first of all, you would be shocked, and most of you would stop watching the TV show because you'd feel betrayed. But if Beta dies, which he likely will, it's not going to be a big deal. Now, if Rosita dies, we're going to be on the fence with it. I personally think she should die. I don't have intel that she does or she doesn't. I don't have confirmation, but I'm just going to ask you guys, would you be shocked, or what would be your level of being shocked if Rosita were to die? We're kind of at a point with Rosita that we were with Tara. Right? I mean, you're expecting it to happen. There's going to be a different range of emotions. Some people like Rosita. Some people like her character. Some people would miss her. But at this point, if she takes the walkers off the cliff and kills them all, it ain't going to shock people. So I would say I wouldn't be shocked if she dies. I wouldn't be shocked if she lives. I feel like her role is being diminished. So, yeah, certainly they could bring her back in 11. But I guess my point is, why would you bring Rosita back if you're not going to promote her character for what we've grown to love out of Rosita? And I'm talking some real, some fake. So, as a business person, would any of you pay Rosita $100,000 an episode for a couple of minutes of FaceTime per week? Leave your thoughts to that. So, if you're going to bring her back in season 11, you need to bring her back. You need to bring her back. You need to put a machine gun in her hand or a rocket launcher, dye her hair orange like Abe, and just let her go complete badass. I mean, put a headband on her. If you're going to bring Rosita back, she damn sure needs a headband. If she does not have a headband, and it needs to be like not a regular headband, it needs to be like a ripped up t-shirt that you tie around your head, like Rambo headband. Otherwise, don't pay her $100,000 episode and bring her back just for slight FaceTime and a mushy love scene telling Eugene goodbye. Bring her back, pay the woman, and let her shoot some things. That's what we need to do. Not this. She's in limbo right now. It doesn't do her character justice. And as much as I like the Rosita character and the Abraham and the Eugene storyline, I feel like Rosita's character is being diminished and watered down, that they're going to have to give her an epic death to do her justice because of kind of what they've done. They didn't know what to do with her last couple seasons, so they just give her this kind of weak storyline, in my opinion. So, Tom said, glad to see you back. Sorry he's out for a while. Well, hopefully you are recovered and quarantined, Tom. So, appreciate you being back, and glad that that's behind you. So, look, this Gage guy, where is Gage? Do we know? Is Gage like the equivalent of the Polaroid guy? And is it possible that Gage died in the hilltop in that battle? Like, I don't know. I mean, I didn't see confirmation, but to me that would have been a great death, right? Is Gage still out there? Is he going to surface? Or hopefully, some of those pine cones, those flammable pine cones, whatever they were, hopefully they took Gage down. And if they didn't, that would have been a great, that would have been a great way to get rid of him. Gina Rocket Crockett, what's up, Gina? Oh my goodness, I hate technology. Finally able to get on here. Hopefully I don't have that problem tomorrow night. Gina, are we coming through well with the television? We got the surround sound set up. So June says, Kills, do you think Michonne will come back? I don't. Now, let me say, I would be less surprised if Michonne made a cameo on the TV show as I would. I know June's not going to like this because I know the way June feels about Rick. I would feel less surprised if Michonne came back just for a cameo. I don't think she'll be back on the television show. But I think the way they promoted Rick leaving, when they said Andrew Lincoln's final episodes, I think, I've used this terminology before, I think that's the equivalent of a going out of business sale. That they're never bringing him back to the TV show. But he will be a big part of the universe. Now, Michonne is different. I feel like they opened the door that Michonne could go to the movie or Michonne could come back like Maggie. I don't think there was as much kind of selling the drama, selling the final episodes of Andrew Lincoln. Just my thought. Now, I'm not going to go false advertising and sue AMC for making me watch commercials on Andrew Lincoln, what was promoted as Andrew Lincoln's final episode. If they bring him back, I'm going to like it just as much as everybody else. I'm just saying that when you do that, you open up the door to be fake. You open up the door to say, all right, well, you tricked me into watching this. I think I'm going to love, hey, bring him back. Put him on Sunday nights. We're here. I don't think with all the hype around it that they plan on doing that, and I think they know that what's done is done, and his future is a much, much bigger arc in the movies. Just kind of me thinking out loud. So I don't think that we're going to get this major list of kill-offs in the finale. Obviously, Beta's got to go, and the Whisperer story is going to go with it. The only question is going to be, with Negan and the transition. So, what is funny and slightly ironic? Okay, how many people here know why the season finale got pushed back? And here, if you have not heard this news yet, some of you only watch this channel, so I've not discussed it. But Jeffrey Dean Morgan has said 4 to 5 months is the timetable when The Walking Dead finale should air. That's what he's heard. Okay, so if you don't know why the finale got pushed back, I'm going to tell you right here, right now. Post-production and special effects. Where they go back and they add to it. All right, it's filmed. Everything's done. But here's my question. If there's one thing that The Walking Dead is taking some heat, it is on their post-production and it is on their special effects. Is that a true statement? Would you agree with that? Would you agree that most of us could have done the CGI of the deer ourselves? In fact, I think there's an app that all of us could have done. All right, that's one. Number two, do you guys remember the bridge and the water? The bridge and the water was worse than the CGI deer. I promise you. When that bridge collapsed, season 9, the water flowing was as fake gets. I could have taken an iPhone and turned on the faucet in my bathtub and filmed that water flowing, and it would have been more true to life than the bridge. Because, well, it's it's true to life. But it probably would have been a better effect. It was bad. So the irony to me is that we're holding up the finale because of, now look, post-production isn't just about CGI. There's audio effects, there's other things that go into that, there's editing. With that being said, what could possibly happen? What are you guys expecting to see? And I know this is a tough question, that could have held that up. Like, are there really some awesome pyro stuff? Is the finale going to be that big of a deal that it really had to be held up for post-production, CGI, and audio? I mean, one would think that there are still people working, and there's still people working in this industry. I mean, this is, and look, I'm not here to knock it, but what they're doing is not like it's not like going into a restaurant where you can only have 10 people in the restaurant. This is a behind the scenes and several behind the scenes company that in most part are still working. Movies are still being made right now. So if it's filmed, but not a lot of movies are being watched right now. Albums are being recorded right now, but not a lot of albums are being released right now for a myriad of reasons. So, I mean, I guess what could possibly be so big that you can't get the post-production stuff finalized? That's kind of got me wondering a little bit. I'm not saying they're lying about it. I believe them, but it does seem like that there's just a little bit more to the story. No, Walani, no more horses. We killed enough horses in The Walking Dead. It's becoming a ritual that they kill a horse like per season. How many horse deaths do you think we've had so far on The Walking Dead? Like 5? That's going to be a trivia question one day. How many horses have died on The Walking Dead? Yeah. I mean, it's time for some other... Why not like some predator animals or some animals that people don't really like very much. Ben says maybe lining up with the spinoff hat. See, that I agree with. Now you're getting somewhere. So this is not clickbait, and I was waiting for this conversation to come up. This is what I want you guys to think about. So the post-production in and of itself sounds like bullshit. Honestly, I don't know any other way to say it. We're tying it up 4 or 5 months because of the post-production. What I think would be a more honest answer, Ben, is because the stories are intertwined, we felt it was best to not release it because it is going to be tied in with the other series. That is what I want to hear. That's what probably should be talked about. Rolling everything out in a timeline that makes sense, not we can't get this little bit of work done, because I think they could get the work done. They're The Walking Dead. They're AMC. So here's the problem with that statement. You talk about credibility. Are there this is where it becomes a common sense thing. So yes, I am going to rant on it. I am going to drill down because it's a lie. It is a lie. Sorry, I got to say it that way. Are there other shows? Has anybody watched a show recently that is a fairly new show? Or a movie that has been recently made that is a fairly new movie? Has anybody watched the news or something? Have you watched anything? Okay, all these things that are recorded, they go through post-production. So for The Walking Dead to say, we didn't release this because of post-production issues, come on. Why have they not been called out on that? Why are we doing it here right now? The show that we love, the show that we can't wait to watch, come on, just give us that last little bit of honesty. It's all good. We can take it. Hey, we don't want to unveil something because it's a big deal and it's going to tie some other stuff together. So guess what? Get over it, viewers. You're not going to be able to see it for 4 or 5 months. Okay, we're fine. And maybe they're afraid, oh, what is it? What is it? We got to find a spoiler. We got to know what it is. Maybe they're afraid that when there's that level of interest, that people will dig and dig and dig to try to find it. They will be obsessed with it. All we got to do is call Ninja Pancake and Shiny Firefly. We already got the info. We got the tidbits of information. So anyway, that was kind of the purpose of the rant, is to drill down, and one show and another show and another show has gotten pushed back. What's even more weird about that is with Jeffrey Dean Morgan saying, well, I know when the show is going to debut and it's in 4 or 5 months. Well, how do you know that the post-production company is going to be open and is going to be able to do your work within the next 4 to 5 months? That's shady. I mean, that's as shady as Rob Gronkowski saying he had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers playbook while he was still technically a member of the New England Patriots. That's shady. We're gonna have to come back and say Jeffrey misspoke. Rob, you misspoke. You were misquoted. Either way, I think the story is going to be fun. I think all the stories, look, Fear needs it. Fear needs the boost. World Beyond, there will be enough initial viewers that even if it's not great, you put a 2-year timetable on it, we're in for it. I mean, we're going to watch. We're going to tune in. I would just like to have seen it handled a little bit differently, that's all. But Ben, that's a great point. Fear does need it, but the best episodes of Fear were when Isabella was there, and we kind of got to see a little bit of CRM and the helicopters and all of those things. I think, those were the good ones. I mean, all you got to do, if you want us to watch Fear, all they got to do is fly a helicopter over Texas and throw one of Rick's boots on the ground. We will talk about that. I was about to go rated R again. We would talk about Rick's boot covered in dust in the middle of Texas for 2 weeks. So it's very easy to get us to rally around the Walking Dead universe. You don't even have to have Andrew Lincoln on the show. And I think the new series is going to be chock full of either people that cross over or references to people that we know. Think about it. There's 2 things. All right. Anybody can successfully answer this question. There's 2 things that we really, really look forward to on The Walking Dead. Let's see if you guys are in tune with what I'm thinking right now. But one of them is not cliffhangers. Although I think cliffhangers are cool. But there's 2 things that really, really drive fan interest on The Walking Dead. It's not cliffhangers. It's not love stories. Death is one. It's not shirtless Daryl, Melissa Conrad. That's number 4 on the list. The psychology, yeah. So I would say, personally, the 2 things that I think drive the most conversation are death and Easter eggs. Give me a 999 if you agree with that. And I'll give you my rationale behind that. We got Angel Calor says they need to hire Kel. She'd already have the episode finished. Hey, don't be stealing my moderators. Angel, I need them here. So, death and Easter eggs. Because when there's an Easter egg, we talk about it more than anything else. And when there's a death or a potential death, we talk about it more than anything else. So those 2 things, if you're a writer for The Walking Dead, you got to know that. You've got to know your audience. And you got to know what we dig into. And that's why in partial jest, I was saying, if you drop Rick's boot, how long did we talk about the PPP and the key card? We still don't know what the PPP stands for, and we still don't know what the key card. If that is not the most sadistic Scott Gimple thing in the world, I bet you, you know what? It probably means nothing. He was like, watch this. I'm going to make every YouTuber talk about this for 2 straight months until they're blue in the face. Hey, Hey, Scott, where'd you stay last night? I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. Oh, do you still have that key card? Yeah. Well, hey, take this Sharpie and put 3 P's on it. Why? I don't know. Just do it. And then film it. Well, what does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. We're just going to have people talk about it for 3 freaking years. It's never going to mean anything. It doesn't mean whisper. It had nothing to do with the whispers. The whispers weren't even around back then. Janie, there was an 8-year time skip. We thought it might mean the whispers, but it's not mathematically possible for it to mean that because they did not exist back then. That's what's so crazy about it. That's why it is just, it's nothing. He just tricked us all. He's playing games with a Sharpie and an extra room key that he forgot to turn in. Ben the Tin Man. I still think one of the daughters in the new show ends up being Yumi's look-alike, not biological, like Michonne's comic book storyline is coming to a storyline. Well, so Ben, here's the thing with the show. With the new show. It could be, but we don't know from what we're hearing, it's not that much difference. So if there's not that much difference in time, right, we get that, Dead Shred. We know what PPP means in music sense and a chord. What it doesn't mean is that it's the whispers on the TV show. Right? So maybe some people at the Commonwealth play piano. I mean, that theory's just as much as any, maybe it was Luke's. Luke's a musician. I mean, we could have went in any direction with that. My point is, it was put in as an Easter egg to trick people and get them talking about the connection between the whispers because of what it means, but what it means is not what it means. Does that make sense? So I get the literal interpretation of it, but the time skip, it doesn't, and because it doesn't mean the whisperers, it may not even mean what the music connotation is. It could mean 3 Ps. Paul's Pantry of Paradise. I don't know. I mean, it could be whatever he wanted it to mean, but it is one of those loose ends. So at this point, why is it that we got that very deliberate scene with Beta and the Whisperer, and we get an answer? So look, we still don't know where Connie is. That's a pretty big question we need answered. We don't know what PPP means, or how it got there, who it belongs to, or when that story is going to be answered. But look at the things that we got answers to. We got the scene with the guy looking at Beta. Oh, that's you. And then he died because he realized Beta was a country music singer. We already knew that. That didn't have to be that deliberate. But there's other questions like the PPP, and there's other questions like, where the hell is Connie, that we need big answers to. Not whether or not Beta was a country music singer that we already knew. I agree. PPP was 999 if you hold a mirror up to it. I think Scott Gimple was giving us a shout out, certainly. So now we don't know if it's P's or if it's D's or if it's 9s this is why I said, back to the original point. There's 2 things that drives Walking Dead fan interest to an all-new high. The other things, yes, I get the shirtless Daryl and the love stories and how many horses are going to be eaten. All of those are important. But death on the show and Easter eggs are really, really what racks our brain. And sometimes when they're tricky, like the 2 circles, the coffee cup with the 2 circles around it, and the script and all of that. I mean, you come on. Was that not some crazy stuff? The fake script? The PPP is like fake script double circle 1.0. That was the initial mind blown thing. And then after that, it was the double circles. Now, I ain't gonna lie. We spent some time on that too. Talking about it, trying to do our 999 CSI, and it just didn't run into anything. It didn't become certainly he led us down a trail with that. the CGI deer kept Ben going. And Janie, rightfully so, right? I mean, we all did. That's kind of what we do, is we analyze it, we break it down. I love this. Johnny, I'm right there with you. Johnny Price says, I think the PPP might have been the original logo and then they changed it. You can pull anything out of the air at this point. I love it, though. Your explanation is as good as anybody else. Could have been, all right. You know what? Before we wind the stream down, give me your best, most outside-the-box thinking what the PPP could stand for. I don't want George Flake's explanation. I don't want Ronnie. I don't want Trev. I don't want Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, any of those. I want to know right now, on the spot, give me the craziest, most wildest PPP. I like Johnny Price. He said it was the original 3 rings and they just changed their name. They used to be New Edition and now they're Belle Biv DeVoe. Goucher, what is up? Thank you so much, Terry. Appreciate you being here. People playing PDL. I love it. Scott Gimple knew that we were going to be doing PDL. He's like a soothsayer or fortune teller. I don't know. One of those things. Maybe he's both. Maybe he's a soothsayer and a fortune teller. I don't think they're the same thing, but maybe they have some similarities. The Paycheck Protection Program. There you go. Could be anything. Could be Gabe. Gabe wants to get in this video. He's like, you know what? You showed my picture at the beginning. Let me get on the mic. Yeah. Well, you know what? And I think this, as far as rants go, this was not our biggest. And Hippo says, insane clown posse. There you go. Yeah, this was going to be a lighthearted rant. And I do want to... In seriousness, I love getting together and hanging out with you guys and talking about The Walking Dead, good, bad, indifferent. Never going to change our love for the show. We a little bit of criticism tonight. You know, it's rare. It's rare that we throw a few stones, but you know what? I got it. All right. I am going to... It just appeared to me out of the blue. If you guys want to know, I've uncovered the secret once and for all. I don't know. I don't know how I didn't come up with this sooner. If you want to know the secret of PPP, Type it in chat right now. You give me a 999, and I am going to give you the never before unveiled, confirmed. This is George Flake confirmed 100%. Guaranteed. It's so good, I have to type it. There it is. Once and for all, we knew that this was going to be post-production problems is exactly what it stands for. Scott Gimple, the master of the conspiracy theory. There it is. Done. Took CSI, took all of us banding together. But he knew that he knew he'd have to pull this card out and use it at some point. So it is the Scott Gimple post-production problem theory. So, all right, with that being said, everybody, we are at about 55 minutes. I want to say thanks to each and every one of you. We got Animal up here. Animal says, this was bothering me. There was a scene years ago where Daryl was riding on his bike, and there was a voice that comes over the radio saying, help. What episode was that? You know what, Joe? I'll have to get back to you on that one. Like, right off the top of my head, I can't remember the exact episode. Predictable, pointless placement of Easter eggs, says Ben. Hey, we're going to do at least one Walking Dead stream per week. We might get into 2. As we get content, as the show ramps back up, we certainly want to, to get together and hang out. But, I mean, you guys, you know what information is out there. There's very little. We're watching Jeffrey Morgan at his home. Love Jeffrey Morgan. But there's just not a lot of news out there. So we just have to get together and talk about it, and it's very kind of farce and facetious, and we goof off and have a good time bringing up topics, then I think it's important that we continue to get together at least once a week, and we will certainly ramp it up. If you guys like what we do on the channel, hang out with us. Tune in. We do Play Dead Live scenarios. Even if you don't like to play, just pop in every once in a while. Say, hey guys, just want to say hello to everybody. Pop in, drop a like, and then roll out. Certainly we've got a lot of things going on with our channel. We are going to get our trivia back. So if you guys are trivia fiends and love to get involved in it, then jump in there, hang out with us for some trivia. I really want to bring Random Things back fairly soon. So it's likely Random Things will be the next one that we bring back, and it's a lot like this. Keep a Walking Dead chat going at least once per week, and then get to a point where we do the second one. And, of course, we're playing Play Dead Live and put you in the role of the character. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do. I had an absolute blast hanging out with you guys. A little bit of a mini rant, just open thoughts, open mic. You guys are phenomenal. Tremendous. And in all seriousness, I am completely joking. People have a right to do what they want. It's George Drake, not George Flake. I'm just being silly. I'm not picking on the guy, but they do the same thing with us. So I don't watch it, but I hear it. But at the end of the day, be nice to people. Don't criticize people even when they do a whole bunch of clickbait videos. I do have a personal bone to pick with him because he made a couple of rude comments to 2 of our viewers that I thought was out of line. But other than that, the rest of them are all good to me. Love me some Trev, love me some Ronnie, and those guys work hard as well too. Thanks everybody. Appreciate everything that you guys do. Give this video a thumbs up if you like what we do, and subscribe. Hang out with us. Been a great time, and I see Deadly Dimes, and we will be back tomorrow night for a little bit of PvP, and then I'll be streaming all day on Saturday. So pop in, about a 6 or 7 hour stream. We're going to do pack openings. But not only do we do box openings and pack openings, we actually goof off, we make jokes, we talk about the game, we sing, dance videos. It's a lot more than just a game. I think a lot of you guys, you see Play Dead Live and you think like, okay, it's complicated, it's a video game, I'm not good at video games. It's a lot more than that. It's an immersive turn-based RPG that you don't need to plug in a controller and shoot faster than everybody else. It's very thought-provoking, strategic, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So if you guys are interested, hang out with us and see what it's all about. And you guys want to close this one out with a dance video? I mean, I can add a dance. If you guys want to see like a sneak peek, The Walking Dead fans, of one of our dance videos, I close this out. I certainly will. I see Unforeseen. Absolutely love the 999 Army. We got Deadly Dimes. You're amazing. Gemstone. So, how many people here are Walking Dead fans, want to see a sneak peek of one of the dance videos that we do? All right. If we get enough interest, I will close us out with a dance and some cool music. All right, here we go.
Y'all, come close. I got something to show you.
This is our Will to Bill. All right, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow night for a little bit of PDL. Peace.